Hello everybody, I'm Chris. I'm from Blackout Ballistics, and this is episode 1 of a series that we created to demonstrate the flash performance of different suppressors under the IR spectrum. Something I've noticed is that other YouTube channels that demonstrate flash performance contain various inadequacies within their test environment, such as not enough variations in barrel length, not enough variations in ammo type, or not even letting the suppressor cool down evenly between tests. However, there's a quick disclosure we would like to mention about this series you should be made aware of in this video. First, let's talk about our test environment. I'll be using 3 of the most common barrel lengths for 5.56. The first being an 11.5, the second being a 14.5, and the third being a 16-inch. For ammo, I will be using 2 of the most common ammo types. The first being Winchester White Box M193, and the second being Wolf 55 grain 223. It's important to note that both of these ammo types do not contain any flash suppressant additives. However, with other various powder types found in alternative ammo, they may burn cleaner and directly affect flash suppression. For the Surefire RC2, we'll be using a Surefire 3-prong flash hider. Included in our demonstration procedure, we ensure the suppressor cools down for 10 minutes before moving it to a different ammo type or a different platform. This is crucial for replicating first round pop. Listed on screen are the weather statistics pulled from that night from my local NOAA atmospheric weather station. In episode 4, we implemented Kestrel for more accurate weather readings. Next, listed on screen is how we have the cameras set up. 5 yards to the left of the shooter is a Sony a7S II filming in 4K at 30 frames per second. This is paired with a Anvis Green Phosphor PVS-14. The shooter is wearing a Grec-X night vision recorder filming in 1080p at 60 frames per second, and this is paired with an Elbit PH white phosphor tube. Lastly, there is an iPhone filming in 4K at 60 frames per second placed 40 yards away from the shooter and 10 yards away from the target. This camera is the perspective of what it would look like to be shot at. This is paired with an L3 white phosphor tube. It's also very important to note that we used a Rix RNB14 for the recording at first, and it constantly shut off as we shot towards it. And later we decided to substitute it with an L3 tube. This makes the footage inconsistent, which you will notice within the first 3 episodes. As a fair disclosure, the Sony a7S II filming in 30 frames per second does not exactly capture each and every flash. However, as we progress with this series, so will our camera equipment and procedures, and we will disclose what changes are made prior to the test to you to ensure that you are getting the most amount of data. Let's see how the Surefire RC2 performs. So first up on the firing order, we have an 11.5, and we're going to start off with the RC2. We're going to go from brass case to steel case. All right, guys, that was an 11.5 inch upper. Now we're gonna hop over to the 14.5. All right, guys, that was the 14.5. Now we're going to hop over to the 16-inch and see how that does with the RC2. Now, before we end the video, there's one thing you should know. You should know that I am an unsponsored YouTube channel. That means that everything you saw in today's video was not sent to me for free, and everything that you saw today was all self-funded. What that means for you as the viewer and the end user is that you get clean, unbiased information. So if you like this style of content or you like night vision in general, please consider commenting, liking, subscribing. It helps the channel a ton. Again, guys, I'm Chris from Blackout Ballistics, and thank you guys so much for watching.